Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the WPN. And this one should be a treat. For the first time on our episodes here, we're going to feature a new face. That one right there, one Tragedy Ann, which I think the name speaks for itself. Although she's coming out to the rings smiling right now, I think her history inside the ring shows something a little bit different. As you can see, she's coming out with her, let's call it her mentor, her Dolly, which apparently she does draw some level of inspiration from or advice. Maybe just flat out tells her what to do. I don't know. Perhaps one of these days I'll have to venture and get an interview with Tragedy, but I'm a little bit concerned as to how that interview may go.
She's just like the Undertaker, except she has a doll.
Okay, you hear some people in the background saying she's just like the Undertaker. I dispute that claim.
I'm gonna do this.
Okay, you saw her put the doll down in the corner and basically tell her everything's okay and that she's going to do this. And by this, I assume mean defeat her opponent, who happens to be probably one of her most hated rivals. Aja Perera, who has appeared on this channel on a couple of occasions, sporting a new outfit, but still the same Super Perera. And as you can see, the fans here are very much in tune with her, and that seems to be offsetting Tragedy as she stands in the ring screaming. Apparently this is quite upsetting. So we have Tragedy Ann, Aja, Super Perera getting ready to square off. I think it needs to be noted that although it was not necessarily addressed on every occasion, they are blood relatives, although I'm not entirely sure if Tragedy either claims or is knowledgeable of the fact that they are blood relatives. I'm not entirely sure of her state of mind. As I said before, an interview is probably something I should do, although I'm concerned that with these competitors that are a little less than sane, that the interviews could go off of the rails. Well, he was attempting to check her for possible weaponry. And as she's checking the boot, decided just to yell at her. So now, sorry about that little technical hiccup there, but the match is still rolling. Don't worry. You know, it's been an intro phase. You haven't missed a thing. Apparently, Tragedy was saying check her hair, which is Aja seemed more than willing to do and showed some life and bounce in it and all that good stuff. So here we go. Yeah, advancing to the center of the ring. This scares her off again. This big screen. Aja's trying to get the crowd into it now. And again, I think the more people cheer for Aja Perera, the more that Tragedy just finds it annoying and disturbing, or just upsetting in general. The match is underway, and we are moving at a pace that Tragedy is dictating. She's trying to go out and to address some of the hecklers in the crowd. As Aja Perera takes a quick shot at her side of the head. Face first into the side of the apron, the hardest part of the apron, as you can see, to the edge. Aja is pushing for the match to be a match. Gets Tragedy back up on her feet. Match reversal. More than the duck underneath, a roll through with a clothesline and caught her with a clothesline on her own, but Tragedy did not budge. She absorbed that hit. Aja comes off again, and Tragedy basically walks into it and shows it that the clotheslines have no effect. He says one more time, back into the ropes. Stops, quick kick in the abdomen. Now into the ropes. Big clothesline. Third time's the charm, sends Tragedy Ann down toward the mat. For the cover. And not even a real good one count. Tragedy is out very quickly. But make no mistake about it, Tragedy, whether she is sane or insane, does know what she's doing in the ring, as evident there. Sidesteps the drop kick, forces her opponent down. And looks like Aja caught a face full of mat by missing that drop kick. Tragedy takes a walkover. Now she's, looks like she's about to go for, well, I was going to say a camel clutch, but not quite. Yanks those arms back, places her foot right into the mid of the back. Maybe looking for a submission. Turns it into a foot stomp, drives her back down towards the canvas. This is that, I guess that wrestling instinct that Tragedy Ann is demonstrating. She's complaining. If there's anything that may give her cause for the pause, it might be her lack of concentration on occasion. Although Tragedy seems to be concentrating very well right now, Aja's got to get herself out of this predicament if she just thinks that she's going to pull off the victory here. Tragedy's back into a position, although she's got her seated now, yanking the arms, feet smaller or the mid of the back. Aja gets up to her feet, gets catapulted into the ropes, right back into the same position. Tragedy has her well scouted and has her in dire straits right now. Catapults her back, rolls away, and she just caught all of that, and she's amused. Tragedy Ann is amused. She is very proud of her work. Sets her back down, center of the ring. Says, are you ready for this? Off of the ropes, leg drop, and she missed what was a pretty telegraphed maneuver. Aja into the ropes, forearm, right to the side of the head, sends Tragedy down. Like she might need to go for the cover. Nope, she's not going for it. Sets her back up. Onto the other side. Oh. Quick catch by Tragedy Ann. Caught her with a double kick in the abdomen and modified it into a monkey flip. You have to give her credit. I said it before, crazy or not, she does know what she's doing. At least to some degree in the ring. Standing on the hair. Yanking her up. The referee's going to have to break that. She's complaining. I guess she's upset that she had to actually break it. Okay, now she's asking the referee, does he think her hair is pretty? And I don't think he answered that. I think he might have avoided it. You know, I have to think a lot of this issue that goes on between Tragedy and Aja does stem from some level of jealousy or rivalry. We will endeavor to find that out one of these days. Hooks her into the corner, yanking the arm. Could have pulled it out of the sockets, using the top rope as a point of leverage. Now, blatant choke right there in the corner. She's calling for it. She said she'll get out of the corner. She's pretty much had her way thus far. Charges in. Aja's able to move out of the way. Reverse elbow. Now she takes Tragedy, sends her back to the other side. Coast to coast. Comes Aja Perera, and Tragedy reaches up, grabs those tights, and pulls her face first into the second turnbuckle.
Look at your superhero. Do you see him?
Tragedy is in firm control of this match. Now grabbing the hair again. Referee's calling for it. He said, look, let go of the hair. It's a face first into the bottom turnbuckle. Now to the second turnbuckle. Looks like she's going to walk her straight up to the top. Another pretty blatant choke. Now she just walks the referee. I'm starting to believe the referee has a little bit of an intimidation problem with Tragedy, and she comes right back with a quick shot right into the abdomen. And Aja's looking pretty helpless right now. No. Double knees right to the abdomen. And whatever cheering was going on for Aja Perera up until this point was quickly taken out of the game once those knees dropped right there across the abs. And for the cover, great kick out by Super Perera. Got those feet up, whipped the shoulders off of the mat, made sure the referee saw it. But if she can't mount an offensive game, the kick out will be for naught. Now we got Tragedy looking like she's trying to wake her up, and then she's going back over to the people asking, are you cheering for me or her? I think that's a pretty obvious thing who the people are cheering for. She's looking for some level of validation. Quick, swift kick to the side of the head. Tries to go for a right hand, but gets caught. And Tragedy delivers one back at her. And now she gets caught. Forearm shots in repetition by Aja Perera. Gets it back into the corner. Kicking the guts. Gut wrench suplex sends Tragedy and down. That might be the break she needs, but yeah. Our cameras have just caught Nina Monet. It has caught Nina Monet coming out the ringside, who's sporting a new look. Well, she's sporting several looks over the course of the time that we've seen her last. But the last time we caught her on this particular channel, she was UIW champion, a championship she never lost. And apparently got into this long-standing feud with Aja Perera since then. Drop kick. And I can only imagine she's here to toss a monkey wrench at Aja's momentum. Now she's complaining, got up on the rope, distracting the referee. Just when Aja was getting a little bit of an advantage at face first, and Tragedy drags her right to the top turnbuckle. And one after the other just drilling her head into that top turnbuckle.
There you go.
Nina seems very pleased with herself now and Tragedy. Now she just drove her down. I think Tragedy's trying to set up a coup de grace. Looks like she's going for a knee tripper. Moved out of the way, ducked underneath with a roll up. And that's it. Aja was able to sneak a victory away from the clutches of defeat. And it doesn't look like Tragedy cares one way or the other. She's firing out big elbows and now headbutts. The match is over. It is officially done. Aja Super Perera has won this match, but Tragedy does not care. Aja's trying to get away. Tragedy's following in after her. And now it's face first into the steel post. And a swift kick for good measure out of it. It looks like she's a limp noodle out there now. Aja is in a bad way. As Tragedy is, I'm pretty sure she's heard the bell, but you just heard her say right there, it's not over until she says it's over. So apparently, in her mind, this match is still taking place. And now she's going to do what she wants to do. She's grabbed the chair. Referee's trying to wave it off, but officially the match is done, so I guess she doesn't have to listen to him. There are no disqualifications that can occur in a match that's not taking place. Nina Monet is trying to talk her out. She's saying, come on. Look, I'm actually surprised. Nina Monet is she's trying to wave her off. And stepped in and intervened. She's got her body in between her and Aja said she's gotten between her two. She's, no. And a big choke by Tragedy. Nina might just be paying the price for getting in Tragedy's way. A drop kick right there to the side. Aja Perera somehow got to her feet and saved Nina Monet, who I was going to say that Nina was up there telling her that Aja's got on the nerves too. But apparently even Nina thought that was too far. Tragedy's over there screaming, I hate you. Having somebody actually step up and defend Aja Perera, somebody that was her enemy not all that long ago, cannot be good for the psyche of tragedy in.
And the winner of your match, Aja Perera.
There's the official announcement. Aja Perez noted as the winner. Tragedy's gone over and gotten her inspiration, her dolly out of the corner. She is incredibly upset and disturbed as she limps off to the back. Aja's taking a selfie out there in the front row. I guess she's back to superhero business. Wait a minute.
We've had our little battles in the past, and yes, I helped her, but you showed me today what true passion is. No matter what was between us, you saw somebody being hurt, and you stepped up to the plate. I have to say thank you. Thank you.
Maybe we can call that competitor's respect. Nina Monet being saved from being choked out by Aja Perera. And she actually thanked her for it. Folks, go to the WPNWrestling.com website. We thank you for your support and see you later, everybody.